What's good? It's your boy Zara, All Rights Reserved. Let's get into it. Right now, Amanda Bynes was caught walking around naked. Let's get into it. And they said she was wandering. All right. Now, understand, they put her in a psychiatric word. They're saying the psych is equivalent to spirit. If you guys didn't know, look it up. A synonym for psych is spirit. So we're looking at her spirit and what's inside of her. Exodus chapter 32, verse 25. And when Moses saw that people were naked, for Aaron and made them naked unto their shame among their enemies. When you're naked and you feel no shame, like she feels no shame, you get exposed before your enemies. Now she's in the news. Showed no shame. Job chapter 1, verse 21. And said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Bless him in all ways. He'll take anything you find valuable and give it away if you don't respect it. Right there. Now we're about to get here. This is a lot of Leviticus. I told you about Leviticus. It gets real nasty for a lot of people. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 10. The nakedness of thy son's daughter, or of thy daughter's daughter, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover, for there's thine own nakedness. You don't mess with a younger girl. You don't mess around with somebody's daughter like that, especially when you're in a position of power. These dudes take advantage of it and see nothing wrong with it. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 17. And if a man shall take his sister, this father's daughter, or his mother's daughter, and see her nakedness, and she see his nakedness, it is a wicked thing, and they shall be cut off in the sight of their people. He hath uncovered his sister's nakedness. He shall bear his iniquity. When you're doing the stepsister, sister thing, the same things apply. Under God, that's your sister. Under God, that's your brother. You'll be held accountable. Repent. That's nasty, number one. But that's wickedness before God. Remember, they said she was wandering. Wow, yo. Let's get into it. They said she was wandering. The wandering part's crazy. Proverbs chapter 26. Oh, hold on, man. I rebuke devil in the name of Jesus. I rebuke him, yo. He playing with me. We about to get into it. This computer is messing up. Let's get back there. Now we're talking about the nakedness. Hosea chapter 9, verse 17. My God will cast them away because they did not hearken unto him, and they shall be wanderers among the nation. He'll pull you out and make you an embarrassment before the entire nation. He wants nothing to do with you when you're doing wicked things. Jeremiah chapter 48, verse 12. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will send unto him wanderers that shall cause him to wander, and shall empty his vessels and break their bottle. Right there, that's what I told you. I told you, he'll let you wander to evil. He'll let you wander off and lose everything because he doesn't like you when you're not turning to him. He can't do anything. The devil's trying to kill you day and night. Then we're talking about the spirit in her, okay? Isaiah chapter 11, verse 2. And the spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and of fear of the Lord. When you search him out, he'll show you why to be fearful of him. We're seeing it everywhere. Natural disaster. Only God named Jesus Christ can keep you from disaster. He'll let you be wrapped up in it if you don't turn to him. Romans chapter 8, verse 9. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit, if so be that the spirit of God dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the spirit of Christ, he is none of his. Do you guys see how crazy that is? If you don't trust in God, aka Jesus Christ, your spirit is not only with him, but it is not even with you. He gives you your spirit when you earn it, yo. When you leave this earth, you're done for. If you don't turn to him, right there, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Right there, it says it. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 14. The spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity, but a wounded spirit who can bear. Everybody's up in their mightiness till their evil works take them to a bad place. Everybody's amazing till their evil actions come through and show them who they truly are. And God lets you get wrapped up. Yo, right there. He's not a lie. Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 20. Whithersoever the spirit has to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to go. And the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. And we're going to get to that one because you really need to get that. Let me get here first. Romans chapter 8, verse 16. The spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. Oh my, God's really, he's doubling down on what I told you already. Listen, even if you leave this earth, Your spirit's going to snitch to God on everything bad you do. Your spirit itself is going to snitch on you. It's going to say, yeah, he killed, he still, oh, guess who he killed? That guy. You don't need another person there. There's no other person there. It's you naked before God and your spirit snitching on you. Say, guess what he does? He watches this. He does that. Oh, did you know he did that? Oh, matter of fact, your spirit, your soul tells on you before God because he's almighty. Right there. Haggai chapter 1 verse 14. And the Lord stirred up the spirit of Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, in the spirit of Joshua, the son of Josedek, the high priest, in the spirit of all the remnant of the people. And they came and did work in the house of the Lord of hosts, their God. They declared him, and he spared them and kept them through all things. Wicked things we're going to speak about that happened. They had no problem because they were with God. And that stuff is coming today. Who are you with? I'm telling you, pick a side. They're literally telling you, pick a side in music. Pick a side. For real, you have to. Galatians chapter 5, verse 25. If we live in the spirit, let us also walk in the spirit. Walk spiritually, discerning all things righteously. Right there. Romans chapter 8, verse 15. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage, again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Abba, Father. Because he's there for us. No matter what, he comes to your rescue. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 10. But God hath revealed them unto us by his spirit. For the spirit searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of God. We judge everything. Your spirit should search everything around you, from good to bad to worse. Yo, we about to go into that. Right there. That's the crux. Right there. Her spirit, true discernment, is whacked out. She has no insight of what she's doing. Ezekiel chapter 11, verse 24. Afterwards, the spirit took me up and brought me in a vision by the spirit of God into Chaldea, to them of the captivity. So the vision that I had seen went up from me. God will give you visions so you see what to do. He'll give you a dream where you see how to get everything you ever wanted. It comes from Christ right there. 1 John chapter 4, verse 2. Hereby know ye the spirit of God. Every spirit that confesseth that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is of God. Right there. Jesus Christ is Lord. He is God right there. I want to know right now. 1 John chapter 4, verse 2 says that Jesus Christ is Lord blatantly before us. No debate. Romans chapter 8, verse 26. Likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities, for we know not what we should pray for as we ought. We don't. But the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered. What did I do? Remember I called that bull out, that blaspheme God? Don't play in church on YouTube? Dog, right there. That convicts you and your family, everybody. When you're doing that, you're all going to be held accountable. The spirit that you're pushing away makes callings to God when you're asleep, day and night, trying to ask him to forgive you because you're not believing, because Satan's always preying on you. So it knows danger's coming and it doesn't want you to die. It doesn't want you to go to hell, but it calls out to God asking forgiveness while you're befoozled, just living life. Your spirit's calling out to God day and night. 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 17. Now the Lord is that spirit, and where the spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. If you don't have Jesus Christ, you're in prison right there. You're in a prison. You're headed to a worse prison. You're in prison and you're headed to a worse prison. Yo, glory be to God right now, Lord. Thank you. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 8. For to one is given by the Spirit of the Lord word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit. We all are, the same Spirit giving me discernment talks to you. Are you listening? Are you listening? It's talking to you. Boy, girl, man, woman. Oh, 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 12. Let's get it. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit which is of God, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of God. You don't know. You don't know then. If you don't have Christ, you don't know. You're just living. You're right. You're just living. And you could go at any time and you go straight to hell because you don't accept him. John chapter 4, verse 24. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and truth. That's why I said you guys saying Jesus Christ. You better start saying that name, saying Jesus, show me. Because you're blaspheming him. You got to do it in truth, or he can't help you. Don't blame God when bad stuff happens, because you're not doing it right. You're blaspheming his name, disrespecting him. You're disrespecting him and want good to happen. Good's not going to come. It's bad stuff. All bad headed your way, even if you don't see it, because you're blaspheming God. 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 14. But the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from the Lord troubled him. I told you, the Lord will let an evil spirit come upon you. He'll let evil come upon you. Go ahead, deny him, blaspheme him. He's going to let evil find you. The worst evil find you out. And he's not going to come help because you blaspheme him. He's going to say, go ahead. He's going to let it destroy you because he doesn't like what you're doing. 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 6. Who also have made us able ministers of the New Testament, not of the letter, but of the Spirit. For the letter killeth, but the Spirit giveth. I pray and ask him to give me insight every time I do this. He's letting me show you what the truth is. It's him. It's not me. I ain't doing nothing. You mad at me, be mad at him. Because when you're coming against me, you're being mad at him. He wanted me to do this. He's angry at you. Mark chapter 9, verse 25. When Jesus saw that the people came running together, he rebuked the foul spirit, saying unto them, Thou dumb and deaf spirit, I charge thee, come out of him and enter no more into him. If you don't have Christ, spirits are running all up in you, making you do things, say things, act things out, go do wicked stuff, go cheat on stuff, go do stuff sneakily. It's wickedness doing it. Man. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 13. For by one Spirit are we all baptized into one body, whether we be Jews or Gentiles, whether we be bound or free, and have been all made to drink into one Spirit. Right there. Every Hebrew Israelite, close your mouth. Right there. You're all done. All of you liars are done. Right there. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 13. I better not hear none of you speak. Yo, hop in my comments. Y'all be scared. Hop in my comments. You're done right there. You're not special. Nothing special about you. You're not chosen. You're actually condemned because you don't believe. Say you believe in the Bible and you're saying something else. You're wicked. You're a liar. You're blaspheming. You're satanic. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, a false prophet. Verse 21. Who knoweth the spirit of a man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth? Who knows it? God. John chapter 6, verse 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth. The flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. This is life. You can't take one scripture, trust in it, take another and say, nah, I don't want it. If you don't accept it all, you're wicked. You got to understand it all. God's saying they're better than others because they're bloodline. No, you're not. You're headed to the pit if you say that. And if you preach that and teach young boys that, so much faster you're going to die. So much faster. We're going to read that because they think they're the people. Hebrew Israelites think they're the ones. Right there. You're not. You're no one. You got to show yourself approved before everyone, just like everyone. You're no better than no one. It's cowardice to think how you think. It's wicked. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. You guys are so proud. You're walking around together in your uniforms, talking about how you're the chosen. The chosen for hell. You're chosen for hell because you're teaching wrong things, not biblical, trying to pick and choose different verses. This right here condemns you. Period. Choose this verse and talk through it. I want to see them mumble out through this verse, coward. Talk through this verse. Y'all be throwing shots, trying to talk on your channel. I will end y'all. Y'all are not chosen. Not at all. We all have to show ourselves approved. Y'all lie. Every day I see you lying. Y'all are wicked. Y'all are a wicked bunch. And did not he make one, yet had he the residue of the spirit. And wherefore one? That he might seek a godly seed. Therefore take heed to your spirit and let none deal treacherously against the wife of his youth. Yo. If you have a baby mother, you're not supposed to shade her, do everything else because you moved on. You're supposed to give and help her do what she needs to do. That's simple. Right there. It's your seed. And it needs to be got. I really got the, let me keep going. Isaiah chapter 4, verse 4. When the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion, and shall have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof by the spirit of judgment and by the spirit of burning. Let me read that one more time, for real. Then I'm moving on. When the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion, and shall have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof by the spirit of judgment and by the spirit of burning. That's literally half these spirits when I'm saying Hebrew Israelite. In this particular sector, when he's talking about the spirit, he's rocking y'all. Y'all are getting destroyed. Like, just talking about the spirit. It's a spirit in y'all. It's wicked. Everything y'all talk about is evil. It's of Satan himself. You guys do Satan's work. Literally. 1 John chapter 5, verse 6. This is he that came by water and blood, even Jesus Christ. Not by water only. Out by water and blood. And it is the spirit that beareth witness, because the spirit is truth. If he's looking at you in spirit and truth, and he's saying your spirit's wicked, what's your spirit? It's wicked. It's wicked. If God's showing you, it's wicked. You can't talk through it. Y'all like to argue. You can't argue this. Just stop and turn. Find Jesus Christ. Period. Turn. 1 John chapter 4, verse 3. In every spirit. He's lighting things up, yo. He's going hard. In every spirit that confesseth not that Jesus Christ come in the flesh is not of God. And that is that spirit of Antichrist, whereof ye have heard that it should come, and even now already it is in the world. I'm saying right now, the Hebrew Israelite thing has an Antichrist spirit. It's Antichrist in nature. It's Antichrist. It's Antichrist. The same spirit in Amanda Bynes, making her walk naked when she's before public, when God says wear clothes. The same spirit. All the same spirit. 1 John chapter 4, verse 6. We are of God. He that knoweth God heareth us. He that is not of God heareth not us. Hereby know we the spirit of truth and the spirit of error. Our spirit was in error. We were born in sin, and we're getting there. Yo, glory be to God, yo. We're getting there. Oh my, glory be to God. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. To another faith, another person who says they believe in something. Listen, right here. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. To another faith by the same spirit. To another the gifts of healing by the same spirit. And we're going to go in that one. So what is he talking about? 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 6. And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same God which worketh all in all. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal. For to one is given by the Spirit of the word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another the gifts of healing by the same Spirit, to another the working of miracles, to another prophecy, to another discerning of spirits, to another diverse kinds of tongues, to another the interpretation of tongues. But all these worketh that one in the self same Spirit, dividing to every man severally as he will. For as the body as one, it hath many members, and all the members of that one body, being many, are one body, so also is Christ. You only gain your gifts through Jesus Christ. Right there. I named all the gifts he gives you. So you're missing your superpowers. The Hebrew Israelites are missing their superpowers. They could have walked around healing people day and night, but they don't believe as Jesus instructs. They believe they're the people. That's wickedness. You guys are taking away your gift. Do you have your gift? Are you guys using your gift properly? That Christ is imbuing you to do his works? Or are you doing opposite? Are you just talking? Y'all talk a lot. Are you doing God's work, or y'all talking? Y'all just talking. I'm preaching his word, saving souls. You're just talking. We're the ones. Come join us. We're the guys. It's wickedness. It's wicked. Wicked. Show me a verse. Who wants to do verse battle? I will up it. I got an 80-piece verse. one after another. I will destruct y'all overnight. All right, it's the reserve. Glory be to God.